Hello, everyone. Ex-Walk Hill Bethelite here, and we want to discuss dating Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, I've talked to a lot of people who are awake, who have left Jehovah's Witnesses, and then they decide to date someone who is not an ex-Jehovah's Witness, but who currently believes. I've also talked to people in situations where a person flip-flops. They're out and they're in. They're out and they're in. And when they met that person, they were out. Now they're back in. It's a lot of different scenarios. There's a lot of different scenarios where a person could be dating someone who's essentially in a cult. And one of the things that troubles me about this is that we have got people who have been born and raised in the Jehovah's Witnesses cult. We've got people that have just spent years in that Jehovah's Witness cult, and they're finally getting themselves out and trying to get their life back together. But by dating Jehovah's Witnesses or dating people who flip-flop, they're in and out and in and out, they're embracing into their life, into a very big part of their life, the same level of dysfunction that they were trying to get away from. I've talked to people who are married. They're out and their spouse is still in, still going to meetings every week, still sitting in a living room studying a watchtower, still arguing about the kids and should the kids be allowed to participate in things after school? Should the kids obey Jehovah's Witness rules when one parent is in and one parent is out? You don't want that type of dysfunction. You don't want that type of clash in your life. And one thing about us as humans, and it has to do with our psychology, I don't know exactly what it is, but there's a certain level of dysfunction that a person becomes accustomed to, and they're comfortable around that dysfunction. If it's been years and years and a person has been around a certain level of dysfunction, they're more comfortable with that dysfunction than they are without it. It's like they befriend this dysfunction. And what we want to do is get away from that, allow ourselves to heal from that dysfunction so that we can pursue healthy dating relationships. And I specify dating relationships because as former Jehovah's Witnesses, even if you were never a Jehovah's Witness and you started dating someone who also wasn't active and then became active because they go back and forth, we have to understand that there are various relationships. It's okay to be friends with people. You don't have to start a romantic relationship with someone who is going to bring a lot of dysfunction to your life, a lot of abnormality. As former Jehovah's Witnesses, we are accustomed to abnormality. We are accustomed to, from the time we're in school all the way through adulthood, we are accustomed to marching to a completely different beat than everybody else. And you don't want to spend your entire life in dysfunction and abnormality. You can be friends with people. You don't have to date specifically a person who's in a cult. You can be friends with them and help them get out. One thing that happens when you're friends or you're associates with someone and you get to a point where you're ready for a break. You're tired of trying to get them out of that cult. You're tired of all the psychological issues that they have. Well, if you are friends with that person or associates, you can take a break. You can step back a whole lot easier than if you decide you are going to have a romantic relationship with that person. Now, when they call you, they expect you to answer. Now, when they text you, they expect you to answer. Now, you can't get away from it. You can't right the ship because you understand that, you needed to right your ship, right? You understand that your ship wasn't quite right. It was leaning to the left. Well, now that you're aware of that and you're trying to right your ship, what you don't want to do is connect your ship to someone else's ship who's going down. Now, how are you going to right your ship? It's just making life twice as hard. I've had people call me because they're trying to figure out a relationship with someone who went to Bethel. They left. They went to Bethel. They were dating someone and they left and went to Bethel, and they are sometimes what's hard to do is tell a person, hey, this is not going to work. This is it. That's hard to do sometimes. So instead of telling them that, they go to Bethel and continue to lead this person on like they're just going to have this relationship while they're in New York at Bethel, and this person is off in Idaho somewhere waiting for them to come back. That is a bad situation. And again, you can let that type of a person in your life, they can be associates, they can be friends, but you're only supposed to have one romantic partner. If there is something in life you can only have one of, as far as a relationship, full-blown relationship, I'm sure there's people that decide, well, hey, let's have open relationship. Unless you're into that sort of thing, you're only wanting one. Traditionally, you're only wanting one romantic partner. You could have 100 million friends in the friend category. You could have 100 million associates. You could have 100 million work buddies that you hang out with every now and again. But as far as a romantic partner, you only want one of those. Then you want to be a little bit picky as to who that one person you can pick is. The one person you pick, that's not the dysfunctional person that you want. You got 1 million slots in your life for a person who's dysfunctional. You don't have to just be cold to them. They can be your friend. They can be your buddy. They can be your pal. Y'all can talk over the weekends. You could try to help them. If you like to reminisce about Jehovah's Witness things, then you guys can do that. But that one romantic slot, that one person that you want to feel your life, that one person that you want to share the same house with, that one person that you want to have children with, that person isn't the one that you want to be dysfunctional. That person isn't the one that you want to be a Jehovah's Witness. That person isn't the one that you want to be in a cult. That person isn't the one who you want to be thinking that the end of the world is pretty much every single day. I mean, I talk to people, and whenever I hear this, it's just a matter of, let's just not. Why can't we just be friends with people who haven't, their ship isn't right. Their ship is sinking. Why are we attaching our ship to sinking ships? We know it's going down. We know it's about to drag us down. And I completely understand a situation. There's situations where we ourselves may not be quite right. And that's again where I say, well, you can have all the friends you want. You can be friends with other people who their ship may be sinking, but they're not attached to yours. You can just help out as much as you want. But as far as a full-blown relationship, we want to be trying to get our ship righted. We want to right our ship. And then that one slot in our life for that one special person, we want that to be a person who, to a reasonable degree, they have righted their ship. They're not in a cult. They're not in a full-blown cult. So it's a tough situation. And I have seen where the situation has produced results. I have seen the situations where a person was patient and years and years and years and years after waiting for this person and trying to get this person to wake up. Yeah, the person started to wake up after years and years and years and years and years of this person's wasting all this time that they could have filled this slot, this special slot in their life with someone that's going to be a better companion. Yeah, the person finally woke up, but now it's just the start of their process in righting their ship. Now that person still got years and years more of dealing with dysfunction while this person gets it right, gets things straightened up. It's a situation where I always wonder why, when a person finds someone with a lot of issues, a lot of dysfunction, why is that person the one that you put in that one slot, that one, you only get one mom, you only get one dad. As far as relationships, serious relationship, you know, you only are looking to fill that with one person. These are supposed to be special people. Now, you can't control if your dad is a deadbeat. You can't control that. You can't control if your mom is on drugs or something like that. But the other one slot in your life, you can control that. The one other slot, that romantic partner slot, that's the one special slot. You can control that. You can't control who your mom is. You can't control who your dad is. You can control who your romantic partner is. And I'm talking serious relationship. I'm not talking about just going out and having fun. I'm not talking about someone you just find sexually attractive and you just want to have sex with them. I'm talking about serious relationship. You can control that. So why, if you come from dysfunction, your dad was dysfunctional, your mom was dysfunctional, your family was dysfunctional, you can't control that. You can't control your romantic partner. Why would you pick another dysfunctional person to fill the rest of your life with? It's sad because some people have spent so much time in that cult and so much time trying to repair themselves from the cult, and then the romantic partner, they pick somebody who is either in the cult or they're in and out. They're not out. They're in and out. You just attached yourself to years more of dysfunction. And if you have kids with them and they decide that you're bad association for your own kids, and now you have to deal with that for potentially the rest of your life. You have to deal with that. When you could just be friends with them. The guy that is wanting to talk to you that's got 19 kids with 8 different baby moms and is in and out of jail every 3 seconds. Why can't y'all be friends? Why in the world are you trying to marry this? You know what I mean? You guys comment down below and let me know what you think. Because it's like, man, if you have a choice to finally get away from dysfunction, you spent 18 years in a dysfunctional family or 19 years or however long it took before you could move out. Why in the world are you wanting to spend the rest of your life with dysfunction? You about to just start a whole new dysfunctional family. No, it's not easy to find somebody. Dating is not. This is the reason why dating is hard. That's the reason why you don't want to waste a whole lot of time with dysfunction. You need to date a lot of people. You need to go to a lot of functions. You need to find the right person for you. There's so many people that it's hard to believe none of them are right for you, but you need to find that person. To find that person, you can't be tied up in dysfunction. You can't find the right person if you're too busy dealing with this woman who is playing games, or this guy who is playing games, or this woman or guy who is just obviously it's not right. And then you have the situation, especially with ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and you guys, it's the people who are in different states. So if ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, the whole dating thing, yeah, you'll find somebody that you like, but typically they're going to be in another state. It's just how it typically works out. We're all spread out. We're all over the country, all over the world. I'll be picking my hair for the longest time. But yeah, I see a lot of people dating and they're doing it super long distance. There's just so much. There's just the principle I was told by my dad, my father, who was not a Jehovah's Witness, is that you are going to need to get out there and date, and you're probably going to date a lot of people before you find the right one. But you need to be looking for the right one, not out looking for dysfunction, because we know when a person is dysfunctional. I mean, we know if we came from dysfunctional and this person came from the same thing we came from, yeah, we know what it is. We spent years in dysfunction, so we know what dysfunction is. The problem is we feel so comfortable with it that we allow it into parts of our life that we can't really get away from. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. Ex-Wall Kill Bethelite. And my advice is to be friends with the person who is a former JW or is in and out of JWs. You are rolling the dice. Again, this is the one person in your life that you can control. That's the most important. This is the one most important person in your life that you can control who it is. All these other important people in your life, your family, you can't control that. So the one person that you can control, do you want to be rolling the dice that maybe they'll wake up one day? Maybe they'll just become normal one day? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. 937-789-4029. Ex-Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.